Hello, this is Priscilla with the Conversational Hour. I hope that you will enjoy the lesson that we have for today. The lesson that we have for today is House on Fire. Thank you, Anna, for joining us, and I hope that you will enjoy the session. I believe this is your second session with me, so again, thank you for coming. How is the weather where you are today, Anna?
Eh, It's very hot.
Very hot. And where are you calling in from? Where are you?
I'm from Spain, in Madrid.
Oh, you're from Madrid. Okay,
Mm.
fantastic.
Right
Fantastic.
now, around 40 degrees, a lot of hot.
Ooh, oh, I bet. I bet. Well, stay cool. This topic today probably is not one of your most favorite since we're going to talk about fire. But we'll get through it. We'll get through it. So let me take a quick moment and read the article for you, and then I'll ask you to read as well. The topic is House on Fire. Oh no! There is another at the corner of 3rd and Elm Avenue in Bayside, Colorado. The fire is on the first floor of a two-story house, and it is spreading quickly. Firefighters arrived 10 minutes ago, and one is using an axe to break the front door. A neighbor said that an elderly woman lives in the house. The woman is partially deaf and can't hear very well. Her bedroom is on the second floor. The firefighters are worried because they don't see the woman. The neighbor tried calling her when the fire started, but there was no answer. The fire chief is not sure if the woman is on the first floor of the house or the second floor. The house may collapse soon. The fire chief doesn't want his workers to get hurt. What should he do? Should he send firefighters into the house to look for the woman? Well, let's find out what we might do. So, Anna, I'm going to ask you some questions. I want you to answer the questions. If you don't know what the answer is, I have provided the answer for you. So just look at the picture, not the picture, but look at the answers, and you can determine if you know what the answer is. If you know what the answer is, then you can provide the answer. If not, provide the answer from your own mind as you remember it from the story. So here's the first one, for example. What is one firefighter carrying in his hand? Anna?
The fire uh, is is true.
No, it's not true, but what is he carrying? He's carrying an axe. The
An act.
firefighter is
Ah,
carrying an axe in his hand. Okay, so that's the answer. Here's the next question. I'm going to ask you, Anna. The house, the house is a two-story. No, how many stories is the house? And here's the answer.
mhm.
What is the answer, Anna?
The house is a two-story house.
Very good. And I want you to answer in a complete sentence. That's why I gave you the answer. But of course, if you know the answer, you can use your own words. Hello, Christina. How are
Hello,
you?
hello.
It's good to see you,
I'm
Christina.
fine, thank you.
Good. And Miguel, how are you?
Hi, Priscilla, I'm fine. Nice
Good.
to see you again.
Thank you both. All right, the answers are here. Even though you have not read the story, you can just read the answer as I have presented it to you. And these are the correct answers. So, Christina, would you answer number 3 when I asked the question? What did the firefighter use the axe for?
Uh, the firefighter used the axe to open the front door.
Fantastic. And Miguel, partially deaf means what?
Partially deaf means to not hear very well.
Great. Thank you. And now we're going to go back to Anna. Anna, why might the house collapse soon? This one you'll have to provide an answer. The story doesn't tell us.
The house might collapse soon because Oof, I don't remember the history, but
Well, it didn't tell us. It did not tell us. This would be something that you know about fires and houses. The story does not tell us why. But why do you think a house might collapse soon?
Because it was made of wood, for
Wood.
example.
Yeah, because it's made of wood. That's a great answer. And Christina, where exactly is this house located?
The house is located at corner of 3rd Street and Elm Avenue in Bayside, Colorado.
Great. And Miguel, is the person living in the house an old person or a young person?
The person living in the house is an old lady.
Great. And finally, Anna, which floor of the house is the lady located?
The lady is on the 2nd floor of the house.
Great. So this is the way that I would like for you to ask and answer the questions. All right. So now I want Miguel, I want you to ask the questions of Anna and of Anna and Christina. So Miguel, you'll ask all the questions that are actually written out. I will help you if you need help. Okay, Anna, you'll answer the first one. Miguel, ask her the question.
What is one firefighter carrying in his hand?
The firefighter is carrying an axe.
Good. Next, number 2, Miguel.
How many stories is in the house?
That is for Christina.
How many stories is in the house? The house is a 2-story house.
Good. Okay.
What
Miguel.
does partially deaf means?
Okay. What did
Sorry.
what did the firefighter use the axe for? Okay. Read the question, Miguel.
What did the firefighter use the axe for?
Anna.
The firefighter used the axe to open the front door.
Okay. Miguel, ask the question
What-
to Christina.
What does partially deaf means?
Partially deaf means to not hear well.
Great. Continue, Miguel.
Why might the house collapse soon?
Anna.
The house collapsed soon because it was made of wood.
Of wood, made of wood. Okay. Miguel, number 6.
Where exactly is this house?
Christina.
The house is located at corner of 3rd Street and Elm Avenue in Bayside, Colorado.
Good. Miguel.
Is the person living in the house young or old?
The person living in the house is old.
And the last one?
Which floor of the house is the lady located?
The lady is located on the 2nd floor.
Fantastic. Very good. All right. So now I want each of you to look at these words, and I want you to say these words as quickly as you can. Fighters, worried, neighbor, chief, partially deaf, minutes ago, started, and corner. All right. We'll start with you, Anna. Can you say these words as quickly as you can?
Fighter, worried, neighbor, chief, partially deaf, minutes ago, started, corner.
Okay. I did not hear the S on fighters. Could you repeat the word fighters?
Fighters.
And I did not hear the ED on worried.
Worried.
Good. Now say all the words again.
Neighbor, chief, partially deaf, minutes ago, started, corner.
Start with fighters and say the words all for me. Start with fighters.
Fighters, worried, neighbor, chief, partially deaf, minutes ago, started, corner.
Great. Very good. Thank you. And we'll ask Christina to do the same, starting with the word fighters.
Fighters, worried, neighbor, chief, partially deaf, minutes ago, started, corner.
Great. And now, Miguel, can you repeat those words, same words? starting with fighters.
Fighters worried neighbor chief partially dead minutes ago started corner.
Okay, this word is partially. Partially. Can you
Partially
partially? And then this word is deaf. Deaf. Deaf.
deaf.
Good. All right. Good jobs, guys. Now we will read again, and we'll start with Anna. Then we will hear from Christina, and then we will hear from Miguel. Okay.
We have to read? Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Anna.
Oh no, there is a fire at the corner of the 3rd Street and Elm Avenue in Bayside, Colorado. The fire is on the first floor of a two-story house, and it is spreading quickly. Firefighters arrived 10 minutes ago, and one is using an axe to break the front door. A neighbor said that an elderly woman lives in the house. The woman is partially deaf and can hear very well. Her bedroom is on the 2nd floor.
Good. Now, this, I think you said this is a two-house story. It's a two-story house,
Okay, sorry.
and this is
Axe.
pronounced axe. Okay,
Axe.
read again. I like the way that you're putting emphasis on, oh no.
Oh no, there is a fire at the corner of the 3rd Street and Elm Avenue in Bayside, Colorado. The fire is on the first floor of a two-story house, and it is spreading quickly. Firefighters arrived 10 minutes ago, and one is using an axe to break the front door. A neighbor said that an elderly woman lives in the house. The woman is partially deaf and can hear very well. Her bedroom is on the 2nd floor.
Okay, and you said two-house story. It's a two-story house. Can you say two-story house?
Two-story house.
Okay, good. Christina, could you read for us?
The same paragraph?
No,
No.
start here.
Okay. The fire, but I don't see.
Or you don't see?
Okay. The firefighters are worried because they don't see the woman. The neighbor tried calling her when the fire started, but there was no answer. The fire chief is not sure if the woman is on the first floor of the house or the 2nd floor. The house may collapse soon. The fire chief doesn't want his workers to get hurt. What should he do? Should he send firefighters into the house to look for the woman?
Okay, this word is pronounced second, second, second.
And the second,
Could you read it again for me, please? Mm-hmm. Yes, the intro.
from the beginning. Okay.
Yes, please.
The firefighters are worried because they don't see the woman. The neighbor tried calling her when the fire started, but there was no answer. The fire chief is not sure if the woman is on the first floor of the house or the 2nd floor. The house may collapse soon. The fire chief doesn't want his workers to get hurt. What should he do? Should he send firefighters into the house to look for the woman?
Okay, very good. Thank you. So that is Christina.
Yes.
Okay, and
Thank you.
and you have received a little trophy as well.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate you. So
Yeah.
now we will hear from Miguel. Miguel, would you read for us?
Oh no, there is a fire at the corner at 3rd Street and Elm Avenue in Bayside, Colorado. The fire is on the first floor of a two-story house, and it is spreading quickly. Firefighters arrived 10 minutes ago, and one is using an axe to break the front door. A neighbor said that an elderly woman lives in the house. The woman is partially deaf and can't hear very well. Her bedroom is on the second floor.
Okay, continue reading.
The firefighters are worried because they don't see the woman. The neighbor tried calling her when the fire started, but there was no answer. The fire chief is not sure if the woman is on the first floor of the house or the second floor. The house may collapse soon. The fire chief doesn't want his workers to get hurt. What should he do? Should he send firefighters into the house to look for the woman?
Okay, this word is chief. Chief.
Chief.
Okay, could you read this last passage again, please?
The
Just-
firefighters are worried because they don't see the woman. The neighbor tried calling her when the fire started, but there was no answer. The fire chief is not sure if the woman is on the first floor of the house or the second floor. The house may collapse soon. The fire chief doesn't want his workers to get hurt. What should he do? Should he send firefighters into the house to look for the woman?
Okay, great. So now we've each read the story, so we have a good idea of what the story actually is talking about. Are there any questions about this story? Does everyone understand this story 100%?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, and we've practiced these words. Do you recognize all of these words to know what they mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Anna and Christina and Miguel. So now that we know what these words mean, I want you to retell the story the same as I'm going to do. I'm going to tell the story. Priscilla's telling the story now. All right, this story is about a fire. A fire is in the neighborhood. The police chief, or actually it's the fire chief, doesn't know whether the lady is on the first floor or the second floor. One lady said she's deaf or she's partially deaf, and the fire truck is only minutes away. Someone called for the firefighters to come, and they're worried that the firefighters may not get there in time. But the house is located on the corner, and the fire started some time ago. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that this is the exact story, but that's how I remember it. So I want you to tell me the story in the way that you remember it, and then I'm going to highlight the words as you use them. Now I want you to continue talking until all of your words have changed colors. If I don't change the colors of your word, then I'm still waiting for you to hear. I'm still waiting to hear the word. All right? So Anna, would you start first, please, and tell me the story?
Okay. There are a fire in the neighbor. A woman is worried because she said that in the building live a old woman partially deaf. The fire started 1 hour ago. The building is located on the corner of the First Avenue and the Second Street. I don't remember. The fighter will come in a few minutes. The chief fighter said that is dangerous for his team.
Good. Very good. Now we will hear from, I'm looking for my little marks here somewhere. Maybe I don't have any on here. There it is. Copy. All right. So we're going to go back up, and we are going to hear from, that was Anna. Now we will hear from Christina. Christina,
Yeah, Priscilla.
okay, tell us the story.
Okay, another story. Um, some minutes ago, um, was um, was a fire. No, sorry. It started a fire, and a neighbor said that that in the house there was a woman who is partially deaf. Um, sorry, I can't see.
You
I
can't.
can see. Okay. Um,
Can you see now? I'm not sure.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, the house is located at
It doesn't have to be
at a
exact.
corner.
Yeah,
What?
it doesn't have to be exact.
Okay. Um, fighters, fighters ship. No, ship fighters ship. I don't remember the order. Fighter ship arrived at the house 10 minutes ago, and people is very worried about the fire.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Thank you.
One more. One more.
Deaf. Oh my God! But I said that the woman who is living in the house is partially deaf.
Okay. Well, even if I didn't get it, it's okay to say it again. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Miguel, could you try, please?
Yes. This story starts with the call of a person to the police chief, and this person alert of the fire in the house of a neighbor. His neighbor is a partially deaf lady, and then 10 minutes ago, no, sorry. Then this person see how the fighters arrived 10 minutes ago and started to stop the fire. This house is located in the corner of 3rd Avenue, and this person sees from the house how the fighters are worried because they don't find the old lady.
Okay, great. So all three of you have read the story, told the story. Now what we're going to do is retell this story. This time I want you to retell the story, and you will have 30 seconds to tell the story. In that 30 seconds, I want you to concentrate on the use of and those long pauses. The reason we're going to do that is to try to eradicate or eliminate this from our conversation. You will hear native English speakers saying nah, but we do not do it excessively. So when you get to that point when you're not doing it excessively, it's okay to do it. But for now, you're saying too many earns, and ahs. And the reason you're doing it most likely is because your native tongue is trying to speak to you and say, Christina, you can't do that. What are you trying to do? Oh, Miguel, you should know better. You should only speak in your native tongue. And Anna, your voice is saying, Anna, I told you yesterday this was not something you should be trying to do, but I want you to prove your inner mind, your inner voice is wrong. So in 30 seconds, I want you to think first of 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 things that you want me to know, and I'll tell you how I would do it. And listen for the words and the number of times that you hear me say and ah. I'm going to talk. I will talk for 30 seconds. I want you to talk for 30 seconds. So that means I want you to talk until I actually tell you to stop talking. Now I'm looking at my clock, so I won't count, but I will stop at exactly 30 seconds. At the count of 3, I will begin. 1, 2, 3. This story is about a house that is on fire. The house is on the corner. A neighbor is worried that a lady is partially deaf and may not know that the firefighters are trying to locate her. The chief is concerned that the fire will collapse the building. The chief decides that it's best not to let his people get hurt. The old lady in the house finally looks out the window. That is my story. Although it's not quite like the story, but I told about 7 things. I had a relaxed voice, and I did not say ah, and earn. Okay? Now this is what I think you might be prepared to do, and I do not want you to do it. There was it was a lady, and she was on the second floor, and the fire chief. Yeah, no, I don't know. It was the fire chief said the lady should burn up. Okay. All right. So now you have an example of what I don't want you to do and an example of what I do want you to do. Who wants to go first? Anna, Christina, or Miguel? Everybody can't go first at the same time. Who's going first? Okay, Anna, you're it. You're number 1. Anna, you're first. Sorry, Anna. On the count. On the
Don't
count.
worry.
On the count of 3, you will talk for 30 seconds. Remember to talk until I ask you to stop. 1, 2.
Sorry, I have to use these words.
Yes, you will have to use those words. I will not remove the words.
Uh-huh.
No, no,
Okay.
no, 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 no. You don't have to use these words. Those words are just there for you to look at if you need.
Okay.
So you will talk for 30 seconds on the count of 3. 1, because the story will be yours. It doesn't have to be the exact story. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
There are a fight in the in a there are a fight in a building in the corner of the Second Avenue. The fighters are worried because a woman said that an old woman lives in the second floor and this person is partially deaf.
Okay, that's your 30 seconds. And you
Sorry.
had 3. That's not bad. You only had 3. Okay, let's see. Let's go with that and give it a color. Okay, Christina, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
This morning there was a fire in a traditional corner of this city. Fire. Sorry, I can't see. Priscilla?
I'm here, but there's nothing for you to see. You're supposed to be talking from your brain. There's nothing for you to see. Okay, so you have 3. You're not supposed to be reading. You're not supposed to be reading, so you have, oh, that's more than 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have, oh, Christina. There's nothing to see. There's nothing to see. You're not supposed to be, you're supposed to be talking from your brain.
Arrived.
Okay, Miguel. No, Miguel, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, this is the story about a fire in a house. This house is located in a corner of the 3rd Avenue. 10 minutes later, we see how firefighters arrived. We can notice that they were worried because they don't really know where the lady is. The lady is a deaf lady, and they don't know if he is in the 1st or the 2nd floor.
Okay, great. Great job, Miguel. Miguel, there was a little bit of a hesitancy there, but you managed to get through. So we're going to try again. This time, Christina, remember there's nothing to look at. You should be looking, I don't know, there's nothing to look at really. Just talk. All right, so Miguel, you are going to go first this time because you went last. This time I want you to improve your...
I have a question. Is necessary to use all the words?
No, you don't have to use any of the words. I just want you to talk.
Ah,
Okay, I just want you to talk. All right, but you should know the story. It should resemble something about a fire. It doesn't have to be about this fire. Remember when I said the lady came to the window? In the story, she doesn't come to the window, but we can make it up now as we go. Right now, I just want you to get the words to line up in your mouth so that you can talk easily and comfortably. All right, Miguel, on the count of 3, you will talk for 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
This story is about a fire in a house. This house is located in a corner of the 3rd Avenue. 10 minutes later, we can see how firefighters arrived. We can notice too that they were worried because they don't know where the lady is. Maybe this deaf lady is on the 1st or the 2nd floor.
Continue, you still have 5 seconds. All right, so I have to take off for those excessive pauses, Miguel. But I think, Miguel, what you're thinking is like, oh my gosh, I'm talking so well and all this information and I still have more time. What you find is when you become relaxed with your conversation, you can get more information out. So, Miguel, I want you to try again. And remember, do not stop talking until I tell you to stop. I promise you, I am watching the clock. On the count of 3, tell me again, Miguel. 1, 2, 3.
This story is about the fire in a house, and this house is located in the corner of the 3rd Avenue. We can see how 10 minutes later the firefighter arrived, and then the chief of the firefighter was worried because they don't know where the old woman is. Maybe he is on the 1st or the
Okay,
2nd
great.
floor.
You had 2, and that's good. But isn't it impressive, Miguel, how much information you're able to give in 30 seconds? And when you really start thinking completely in English, you're going to be able to tell even more in 30 seconds. But we aren't going to give you 30 seconds. We're going to give you 15, because that's about the amount of time that native English speakers will give you to respond to a question, unless you are engaged in a dialogue where it's more of a debate or I really need to know more. So if I ask you, what did you have for breakfast this morning? You would say, I had coffee and, I don't know, coffee and eggs. I don't want to know, did you have coffee, eggs, toast, cheese, milk? No, I'm really not interested in whether you had breakfast at all. I'm just offering a generality. Hey, Miguel, how are you? I don't want you to tell me, oh, I'm fine. Today I did this and I'm going to do that. No, I just want to know, I'm fine. How are you? That's how that standard conversation. Hey, what's up? Not much. Okay, take care. Bye. So 5 seconds is that type of exchange. Okay, Christina, you're up again. There's nothing for you to look at. I just want you to talk for 30 seconds about the story as you perceive it to be.
how many seconds? Sorry.
30, and please continue to talk until I ask you to stop.
But I only have to talk about a story. Yes?
Well, yeah, you can talk about this. You can talk about anything that you want to, Christina. You can talk about anything, but I want you to talk for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Whatever you want to talk about, I want you to talk for 30 seconds. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
We are talking about a fire in a two-story house. In a house is living an old woman who is partially deaf. A neighbor, a neighbor advised to the fighter chief, and they arrived.
Okay, thank you. Now, Christina,
Yeah.
let us work together and get us some thoughts. What is one thing that happened about this house that you know? What is one thing that you know that has happened in this house? We know that it caught on fire. Yes? Did the house catch on fire? Christina? Yes. Yes, the house caught on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know a house caught on fire. Can you say a house caught on fire?
A house what? Sorry.
A house caught on fire.
A house caught? No, I don't understand.
A house caught on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say that? A house caught on
No.
fire?
No.
Well, say that for me. Say a house caught on fire.
A house caught on fire.
Good. A lady is in
the house. Yeah. A lady is in the house.
is partially deaf.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The second.
Floor.
Okay, read that for me. Read those for me.
All of that?
Yes, all of them.
All of them. A house caught on fire. A lady is in the house. The lady is partially deaf. The lady lives on the second floor.
Okay, that was 15 seconds, so you need to come up with 4 more things. Okay, what else do you know about this?
The neighbor. Okay, the fire chief arrived at the house 1 hour ago.
Okay.
Another?
Mm-hmm.
What else?
You can make something up.
They told the lady to jump from the window. The neighborhood is very worried about the fire.
Now, ahs and uhs in those 8 sentences. I think you should be able to say at least 6 of these without interrupting yourself. Okay? Are you ready to try?
Okay.
All right, wait a minute. You want to read over them before I take them away? Let me know.
A house caught on fire.
Mm-hmm.
A lady is in the house.
Mm-hmm.
The lady is partially deaf. The lady lives on the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
The fire chief arrived 1 hour ago.
Well,
They told the lady to jump from the window. The lady said her cat was under the bed. The neighborhood is very worried about the fire.
Okay. Now, on the count of 3, I want you to tell me this story without any ums, ahs, and long pauses. 1, 2, 3. Begin. All you have to do is try. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
There was a fire in the house. An old woman is living in the house. Mm, fighter ship arrived 1 hour ago. A neighbor advised
Okay,
about
good.
the fire.
Well, let's just see if that's better. That's 6. That's
Oh
much.
my God,
Well,
I'm very nervous.
well, well. Don't be nervous. Okay, okay. Everybody in the class, I want you to close your eyes. Everybody, close your eyes. Don't look at Don't look at Christina when she tries this last time. Everybody got their eyes closed? Everybody's eyes are closed, Christina. Okay, try again. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
A fire started at the corner. The old woman is living in the house. The fire, the fighter chief arrived with his team an hour ago. 1 hour ago. Mm. There is a cat over the bed.
Great. Yay. Everybody can open your eyes. She got 3. She did great. Tell Miguel, tell Christina that she did great. Miguel, tell Christina that she did great.
Okay, thank
She's great.
you.
And Anna, tell Christina that she did
Sorry.
wonderful.
Very good.
Okay. All right, Anna, you are now in the hot seat. You have 30 seconds to tell me what you want me to know without excessive ums, ands, ahs. On the count of 3.
Okay, I'll try.
1, 2, 3.
This is a story about a house on fire. The house is located in the corner of the Fifth Avenue. A neighbor was worried because in the house lived an old woman partially deaf. The fighter entered in the building, eh, broke her.
Wow, amazing, Anna.
Woo!
Wow, awesome. That is great.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You did that perfectly. So let me go find you a trophy. Okay.
Thank you.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay. And Miguel, let's see if we can get you down to 0. Okay, Miguel, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
This story is about a fire in the house. In the house is living a partially deaf woman. Firefighter came here 2 hours ago. The chief of the firefighter is worried because he don't know where the old lady is. The old lady finally appears in the windows, and
Okay,
they told
good.
her.
Okay, good. You got 3, which is not your best moment, but that's okay. All right, but you're doing good, and I hope that you're understanding what my purpose is. Um, so let me come back. Oh, I didn't know we had someone here. Hello, David. Sorry, I didn't know that you were here. We would have invited you to participate. I want to tell you that our purpose is to get you to speak naturally, quickly, and have the words almost tumbling out of your mouth in the correct form. So as
Yes.
you're...
Yes.
Hello, David.
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. I'm happy to see you. I will ask you to read in just a moment for us, all right? So I wanted to share with the other cohorts in our group what we were doing today and why we were doing it that way. When you're engaging in a conversation, when you want to speak naturally and speak with native English speakers or anyone that is speaking English, you want your conversation to flow. So you have to be aware of timing and sentence and sound and tonations, like when should I say something. So it should not take you very long to tell me that there was a house fire, an old lady lived in the house, the lady was partially deaf, the fire chief was concerned, and whatever few things. But even shorter than that, when you're talking with someone, they don't want a lot of information. Just, there was a house fire. There's no lady in the house. Then someone say, can she hear? I don't know. Yes, she can. So yell, get out of the house. And, that's it. Not such a long conversation, not even 30 seconds in length. So now, David, I'm going to ask you to read the story for us so to know what we're talking about before we go to yet another part of the activity. So let's go up here and find the story. Here's the story. Could you read the entire story for us, David?
Sorry, I not read the material before.
Okay, well, it's on the screen now. Read it now. Read the material now.
Yep, yes. Oh no, there's a fire at the corner of Third Street and Venice in
Elm Avenue.
avenues in Bayside, Colorado.
Colorado. Mm-hmm.
The fire is on the first floor of the two-story house, and it is spreading quickly.
Spreading quickly. Mm-hmm.
Firefighter arrived 10 minutes ago, and one is using an axe to break the front door. A neighbor said that an elderly woman lives in the house.
An elderly woman lives in the house.
Woman lives in the house. The woman is partly deaf.
Okay. The woman is partially deaf. The
woman is partly deaf.
Mm-hmm.
And can't hear very well. Her bedroom is on the second floor. The firefighters are worried because they don't see the woman. The neighbor tried calling her when the fire started, but there was no answer. The fire chief is not sure if the woman is on the first floor of the house or the second floor. The house may collapse soon. The fire chief doesn't want his worker to get hurt. What should we do? Should he send firefighter in the house to look the woman?
Okay, good. So here's the story. Oh no! There is a fire at the corner of 3rd and Elm Street, or Elm Avenue, in Bayside, Colorado. The fire is on the first floor of a 2-story house, and it is spreading quickly. Firefighters arrived 10 minutes ago, and one is using an axe to break the front door. A neighbor said that an elderly woman lives in the house. The woman is partially deaf and can't hear very well. Her bedroom is on the second floor. The firefighters are worried because they don't see the woman. The neighbor tried calling her when the fire started, but there was no answer. The fire chief is not sure if the woman is on the first floor of the house or the second floor. The house may collapse soon. The fire chief doesn't know, or the fire chief doesn't want his workers to get hurt. What should he do? Should he send firefighters into the house to look for the woman?
Thank you.
All right, so that was the reading. Now what I'd like for you to do, David, very quickly, is to read these words: fighters, worried, neighbor, chief, partially deaf, minutes ago, started, corner. Read those words as quickly as you can.
Fighter, worried, neighbor, chief, partially deaf, minutes ago, starts, corner.
Great. Now, do you understand that story, David? Did you understand the story?
I understand a little bit about the story.
Okay, well, tell me that little bit that you understood. Take about 30 seconds and tell me what you understood about the story.
Yeah, the story told about the fire on the house and and uh, the neighbor don't. Uh, I think they don't. Try to call uh, call the neighbor, but no answer.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so.
Okay, that's your 30 seconds. So you
Yeah.
do know that there was a fire. We know that there was an old lady in the house. We know that she lived on the second floor, and they used an axe to break her house to open up her door. All right, so now what we're going to do, this house is not given on what the directions. So I want you to read this for me, David. Read these statements for me.
Yep. A
One,
house, once a house caught on fire.
just say a house caught on fire.
A house caught on a fire.
Okay, this word caught. This word caught is pronounced, let's see, K
K
A O
A
caught.
caught.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
maybe it's a caught. Yeah,
Yep.
caught.
Yep.
Caught.
Caught.
Great. Caught.
Caught. A house caught on fire.
And then it's then I'm not even hearing you say house. House.
House.
A house.
House.
Yeah.
House.
Caught on fire.
A house caught on fire.
Caught. Caught.
Caught. A house caught on fire.
Good. Okay. The next one.
A lady is in the house.
House.
A lady in the house.
A lady is 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 in the house.
There's something wrong with that in the. A lady is in the house.
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 Make these two separate words. A lady is in the house.
Yeah. A lady is in the house.
Okay. Say house.
House.
The. In. Is. Lady. A. A lady is in the house.
A lady is in the house.
Okay. Well, you're doing now. Lady.
Lady.
Okay. Now say a lady is in the house.
A lady is in the house.
Lady.
Lady.
Yes. Laydee. A lady.
A lady. Lady.
Yes. A lady.
A lady. Yeah.
Now read. A lady.
A lady is in the house.
No, I'm hearing a lady Z.
Yeah.
It's a lady.
A lady. A lady is in the house.
Yeah. A lady is in the house.
Yeah. A lady is in the house.
Lady.
Lady.
Yes. A lady.
A lady.
Good. Is in the house.
Is in the house.
Great. Okay. Now number 3.
The lady is partly deaf.
Yeah. Okay, just say the lady is deaf. The lady.
The lady is deaf.
Great. Okay. All right. Thank you, David. Thank you for your efforts, and I'm coming back to the class. All right,
Yes.
guys, you all
I'm sorry
did.
about my English.
Yes. Oh, no, no problem. No problem. You all did phenomenally well today. I want you all to know what the word cohort means. The word cohort is a group of people. Today we have a cohort of Anna, Christina, David,
Yes.
and Miguel. This
Yes.
is a cohort. A cohort is a group of people. Christina, what is a cohort?
It's a group of people.
Great. Anna, are you in a cohort today?
Yes, I am.
Great. And what is the name of one cohort in the group today?
Sorry?
What is the name of one person in the cohort today?
Christina.
Great. Miguel, how many males are in this cohort today?
2.
2. Great. David, who was the first male to arrive at the cohort today?
To the right.
To arrive. Who came first? Was it you, David, or was it Miguel? Which one of you arrived first today?
I think it's Miguel.
That is correct. Miguel arrived first. So now you know one word that we can use as vocabulary. The word today could be cohort. It is at the top of the hour, and this is the time that we offer an opportunity for the students to give us a final word about your experience in class today. Christina, may we ask for your final word today? What did you think of the class?
I think it's very important to. Sorry, I think it's very important to practice in a group because when you are talking in a group, you are able to pronounce and learn more vocabulary, and
Very
maybe to in my case, for example, today I was a little nervous, but I learned that it doesn't matter. I need to practice only to talk in single phrases, maybe.
Okay, that is correct, until you can get your string of sentences to go along. But I think it helped when everybody closed their eyes, Christina, when everybody in the cohort closed their eyes and allowed you to be yourself. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
Anna,
Thank you very much.
can I get final word from you, please?
For me, today has been a very exciting class.
Okay. Okay, thank
Really.
you, Anna. Thank you, Anna, for your contribution. I really appreciate your efforts, and you did a marvelous job today. Miguel, can we get final words from you, please?
I think this class has been a very motivating class, above all for the competition and your reports.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miguel, for your contribution today and your excellent efforts in getting your sentences out and reducing the number of ums, ahs, and long pauses. I appreciate that. And finally, let us hear from David. David, I know that you came a little late, but do you have any final words for us today?
I think this is amazing class, and the first time I learning with overseas friend
Okay.
and the American teacher.
hmm Well, I would
Yeah,
suggest.
thank you about my lesson.
Okay. You're more than welcome. It's my pleasure to serve as your coach. And the only thing that you need to do is once you understand how to sound something out, practice it like the word lady. Lady. Practice that.
Lady.
That's
Yeah.
correct. Just continue practicing that, and then the other words that end and the D sound will become a lot easier. Someone as a sidebar has asked, what exactly was this lesson about? This lesson was about just opening your voice and beginning to speak. Practice conversational English. This is what we do here in this coaching hour. We practice conversational English. We can do this with any topic, anytime, and we can do it with the stories that we create on our own, such as I did with the lady in the burning house. No one asked her to jump. No one said that she had a cat underneath the bed, but it was my imagination that brought that to the front in an effort to keep me talking. That is the only way that you're going to build up those muscles and the stamina to speak. So if you guys have nothing more to add, I want to say, Miguel, thank you. It was a pleasure to have you today. David, I'm happy to see you. Christina, thank you for coming. And Anna, I hope that you will continue to attend classes. I want to invite each of you to join me on Verbling. This is a great site. And if you have questions, send me a note and I will be happy to answer. Until then, take care. Bye.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
Bye-bye.
very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.